What if I told you that everything you've been told about buying a home is wrong? That the biggest barriers keeping you from owning your dream home aren't your income, your credit score, or even the housing market, but the myths and fears you've been led to believe. Here's the truth. Homeownership isn't reserved for the wealthy, the lucky, or the ultra-prepared. It's for you. Yes, you, if you're willing to learn the process and take the right steps. Here's a shocking fact. 78% of Americans see homeownership as part of their American dream, yet millions stay stuck renting, throwing away tens of thousands of dollars every year. Why? Because they've been misled by outdated advice, misinformation, and fear of the unknown. But today, we're going to change that. In this video, I'm going to break down the truth about buying a home, the myths, the fears, and the strategies that will empower you to take control of your financial future. By the end, you'll not only feel confident about the home buying process, but you'll also realize that your dream of owning a home is closer than you think. Ready to take the first step? Let's dive in. Let's start with one of the biggest myths that's holding people back. The idea that you need a 20% down payment to buy a home. This single misconception has stopped countless people from even considering homeownership. But here's the truth. The average first-time homebuyer puts down just 6%. Yes, 6%. And depending on the program, you might need even less. For example, FHA loans require as little as 3.5% down. And if you're a veteran or active duty military, VA loans often require no down payment at all. Think about that for a second. If you're looking at a $300,000 home, a 20% down payment would be $60,000, a daunting number for most people. But with a 3.5% down payment, you'd only need $10,500. That's a game changer, right? Here's another way to look at it. If you're paying $2,000 a month in rent, that's $24,000 a year going straight into your landlord's pocket. What if you could redirect that money toward building your own wealth instead? That's the power of homeownership. Every payment you make builds equity, your equity, instead of someone else's. But here's the twist. Many people don't even know these programs exist. That's why educating yourself is so important. Research first-time homebuyer programs in your area, and don't be afraid to ask questions. The resources are out there. You just need to take the first step. Now, let's talk about another common fear. Credit scores. Yes, your credit score matters, but here's the good news. You don't need a perfect score to buy a home. In fact, FHA loans often approve borrowers with scores as low as 580. That's far from perfect, but it's enough to get your foot in the door. The key isn't waiting for your credit to be flawless. It's understanding how to work with what you have while actively improving it. Here are 3 powerful strategies to boost your credit score while preparing to buy. 1. Make all payments on time. Even if it's just the minimum, paying on time is crucial because payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. 2. Keep your credit utilization low. Aim to use less than 30% of your available credit. For example, if you have a $10,000 credit limit, try to keep your balance below $3,000. 3. Avoid opening new credit accounts. In the months leading up to applying for a mortgage, don't take on new debt. Lenders want to see stability, not sudden changes. Here's a quick story to inspire you. I know someone who thought their credit score was too low to buy a home. They followed these 3 steps for just 6 months, and their score jumped by over 50 points. That was enough to qualify for an FHA loan, and now they're living in a home they never thought they could afford. The takeaway? Don't let your credit score hold you back. Start where you are, take small steps, and watch the doors to homeownership open. One of the biggest fears people have about buying a home is the process itself. It feels overwhelming, right? But here's the thing. Knowledge is power. Once you understand the steps, the process becomes much less intimidating. Let's break it down into 7 simple stages. 1. Pre-approval. Think of this as your golden ticket. A pre-approval letter shows sellers you're serious and helps you understand how much house you can afford. 2. House hunting. This is the fun part, but it's also where many people get stuck. Remember, there's no such thing as a perfect house. Focus on your non-negotiables, the 3 things you absolutely need, and your deal breakers. This clarity will save you time and stress. 3. Making an offer. Once you find a home you love, your real estate agent will help you craft a competitive offer. 4. Inspection. This step ensures the home is in good condition. If issues arise, you can negotiate repairs or even back out of the deal. 5. Appraisal. The lender will order an appraisal to confirm the home's value matches the price you're paying. 6. Underwriting. This is where the lender reviews your financials to finalize the loan. It might feel nerve-wracking, but it's just part of the process. Number 7. Closing. Congratulations! This is the final step where you sign the paperwork and get the keys to your new home. Here's the twist. Most people think they have to figure this out alone, but that's not true. Building a strong home buying team, including a real estate agent, loan officer, and home inspector, will make the process smoother and less stressful. These professionals are there to guide you every step of the way. Another fear that holds people back is the idea of timing the market perfectly. But here's the truth. The best time to buy a home is when you're financially ready, not when the market is perfect. Why? Because real estate historically appreciates over time. Consider this. Over the past 30 years, the median home price has increased by an average of 3.5% annually. Sure, there are ups and downs, but the long-term trend is upward. Waiting for the perfect moment often means missing out on years of potential equity building. Here's a real-world example. Imagine you bought a $250,000 home 5 years ago. With just 3.5% annual appreciation, that home would now be worth over $296,000. That's nearly $50,000 in equity, money you wouldn't have if you were still renting. The takeaway? Don't let fear of the market hold you back. Focus on your financial readiness, and remember that your primary residence isn't just an investment. It's your home, your sanctuary, and a tool for building generational wealth. Finally, let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention: the psychological benefits of owning a home. Studies show that homeowners generally report higher levels of life satisfaction and feel more in control of their lives. Why? Because owning a home provides stability, security, and a sense of accomplishment. There's something profoundly empowering about having a place that's truly yours. You can paint the walls, plant a garden, or create a space that reflects your personality. It's not just about financial benefits, it's about creating a life you love. If you're finding this valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and allows us to create more content like this. And if you have questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. So here's the truth. Buying a home isn't some impossible dream reserved for the lucky few. It's an achievable goal that starts with the right mindset, preparation, and action. Yes, there are challenges, from saving for a down payment to navigating the home buying process, but every single homeowner you know started where you are right now, uncertain, maybe even a little scared, but willing to take that first step. Remember, homeownership isn't just about buying property. It's about taking control of your financial future, creating stability for yourself or your family, and building wealth over time. It's about turning your monthly payments into equity instead of rent, and it's about having a place to call your own, a place where you can truly thrive. Your next step is simple. Take action. Check your credit score, research first-time homebuyer programs, and connect with a loan officer to explore your options. Don't let another year of potential equity building pass you by. The dream of owning a home is closer than you think. The only question is, are you ready to make it your reality? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And let's keep the conversation going in the comments. What's your biggest question or fear about buying a home? Let's tackle it together. See you in the next video.